welcome to
Morning again.
Ridge here in the Santa Cruz district. We're in the Santa Cruz mountains. We are about 720 metres up in the mountains. It's a little bit chilly, but a beautiful day.
Very sunny.
Absolutely
Part 4 of our wine adventure has taken us to Ridge and the famous Montebello, which we've been very, very lucky enough to try. We've got 2 vintages here, the 2007 and as a comparison the 1999.
Fantastic.
Very, very different wines.
Why should we be doing Ridge? Well, Ridge is a vineyard of fantastic esteem. Yeah, we're looking here at, we've talked about it before, the 1976 Paris tasting, when the New World, remember, really was put into the limelight. Their wines achieving international fame. Ridge was one of those. In the original tasting, kind of in the middle of the league. It's its quality being recognised, but not right at the top, say Chateau Monteleno or Stag's Leap. But the interesting thing is that 1971 vintage of the Montebello that was in that first 1976 tasting that came in the mid-table. A little bit on from that, the 86, the 10-year anniversary, #1. So it had aged the best.
Yeah.
Fantastic acclaim for this estate.
And Ridge, of course, in this region in general, is pretty young. I mean, the first vintage of Ridge was 1962, I believe. So we're talking very young wines, but a very quick evolution.
We're talking a lot of numbers. That's quite rare for us.
Let's get down to the wines, I think.
Fantastic, yeah.
So first of all, 2007. Both Cab dominant, of course. We've got 79% here, then 10% Merlot, bit of Petit Verdot, Cab Franc.
Keeping, of course, we're talking a Bordeaux blend, but with a bit of a twist. So we're throwing in a little bit of that Cabernet Franc, Petit Verdot, Merlot, but this one is around 79% Cabernet Sauvignon. So they're moving towards more as we go throughout the vintages, but around 79. What do we get on a style like this in 2007?
Well, just a quick point aside from that, I think the interesting thing about Ridge that's a point of difference from, say, Stag's Leap is they're very much sticking to American oak. It's a slight, not arrogance, but a slight kind of national pride thing. They think that they kind of like the softness, the sweetness, the vanilla that you get from that, and I think it carries very well.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, a lot of the estates up north from here, Sonoma and Napa, are French oak dominated. But this one, yeah, definitely around that 100%. This is major new oak as well. Is it all new oak?
I don't know the exact percentages.
But percentage, we're talking too many numbers.
But for such a young wine, I think what we found today is that they're very lively, very bright, very fruit forward, very approachable. The tannin management is exquisite, and it probably benefits from being with food, but you can drink this now. But they were saying that they kind of go into themselves a bit and come out, so the optimum time to enjoy Montebello is with at least 10 years aged.
10 years, absolutely. So Cabernet obviously shines in this. There's a lot of that dark fruit, very rich fruit. Petit Verdot gives a little bit of exotic spice, a little bit of pepper in there as well. And then we have the Merlot that just wraps it all up in this lovely sort of softness, this silkiness, which is fantastic. And then it has, obviously, length. I'm going to get into it because I'm talking about it when I tasted it about 10 minutes ago. Let me just have a taste.
As we were saying, I think this will work very well with food, maybe some meat, some game, something like that. It hasn't quite developed the secondary aromas yet, it's still very young, but a very, very nice.
Wonderful structure. So, of course, we said, when should you drink Ridge? The best time?
Anytime.
Well, yes. 10 years on, though, is its best time. So we've been lucky enough to crack into the 1999 vintage here. Somewhere in the region of 300, maybe plus dollars per bottle. This is outstanding. I mean,
just exquisite. I mean, from the first sniff, if you were to get it blind, you would think Bordeaux. It's got the lovely savouriness, slight gaminess, meatiness. Pencil shavings, leather, cedar, so much going on in the glass.
Then there's all this fruit to back it up. So a lot of rich dark fruit. There's some of those dried berries in there as well. I mean, there's this mushroomy kind of earthiness, which we've been told is this kind of key character that really comes out in Ridge. It's one of their USPs.
It's just so nice to try as well, see it down the line, see what it can do. Tasting it young, you can tell it's got so much life in it, so much potential. We've unleashed the potential now, we've seen what it can do, and that will go on even longer, I think, but it's absolutely coming into its own now.
That bottle's not going to go much longer, though, to be honest. That's going to be in my glass in the next 5 seconds. Fantastic wine, really showing the quality of the Santa Cruz, and even one of the greatest ambassadors of California is to Ridge. Cheers.